Hey guys, what is going on? It's Hunter here, and welcome to yet another episode of what I deem the SchmuelCast, aka my time to just sit and kind of talk to you guys about things in a longer format that is, catered towards just being relaxing. It's pretty late right now. It's about 12:40 almost, and I do have work tomorrow, but fell asleep for an hour earlier. Don't know why. I was just kind of extraordinarily tired today, but essentially I just want to come on here and talk to you guys about, how I've been, what challenges I have coming up, and touching more on the subject of me moving. So basically, I did put a video out that I was moving, and that is in 2 days. So I am definitely very excited about that, but I also am quite anxious about it at the same time. And in me saying that, that does come in waves. It's not like it's a constant anxiety or anything like that. It does. It just, kind of comes in waves, which is, whatever. I'm not backing out of this decision, I'm just hoping on Thursday that I don't feel like garbage, basically. So, let's go ahead and jump into how I've been first. So all in all, my anxiety has been a lot less, especially given the time of year that it is. It has actually, if I'm being realistic, been significantly less than what it normally is. So that is huge. The other thing is I've also been off my thyroid med for a couple months, and we'll get into that a little bit more when I start talking about the challenges I have coming up. But yeah, to say the least, I have actually been doing a lot better overall. Just like everyone in any aspect of their life, I have my ups and downs. But we do our best to try and overcome, and I'd say I've done a pretty good job of that so far this year. Therapy has been going really well, and unfortunately, I'm gonna have to take a break from it because I'm moving out of state, and my therapist is only licensed in Michigan, not Ohio, but he is actively working to become licensed in Ohio. It's just kind of a waiting game. So we'll try and figure that out as the, coming weeks pass and all that. But yeah, so here lately, I haven't really been up to much. I still don't go out very often. I don't hang out with my friends as much as I should. Nothing like that. And this year, I want to really hammer in the self-improvement aspect. I've been working on it for, the last at least 9 months, but it's getting to the point where, I really need to start hammering down on it and taking it, even more seriously than I already do, right? So, I've never looked at this as being something that should be taken lighthearted, because it does affect many aspects of my life. And I just want to get back to where I was and, kind of learn how to deal with it as it comes and not be so avoidant to doing things. So, I just need to welcome new changes more and stop being so fearful of the unknown. And I feel like, in order to do that and get to that threshold, it's just going to take a lot more work than what I've already put in. And that's something my therapist and I will really have to start doing, is really diving into stuff. And I need to start letting him control the sessions more, because as much as I want to dive into it, I've also kept it very surface level at the same time. So in saying that, I just got to do what I got to do, right? And yeah, so that's kind of part of my challenge this year, is to stop being so surface level with stuff and really start, hammering down on shit, quite frankly. I'm also not going to try and make this video too long. This will be a semi-shorter episode of these compared to most. Try and keep it around the 15-20 minute mark so it's easily digestible as well. But yeah, so kind of been what's going on with me. I'm still in a relationship with my girlfriend. I talked about it in the moving video that, it's going to be her and I that are moving in together, and as terrified as I am to make that step, I also feel like I'm at the point in my life where, it's either our relationship is going to thrive and, I need to start doing things that make me uncomfortable to make that happen, or I'm just never going to want to move out and it's just going to put more and more strain on our relationship since we live like 40 minutes away from each other. And I get anxiety while driving quite a bit, so not having to worry about the drive will be pretty amazing, quite frankly. I do have to get used to the area that we'll be living in. I've never really spent time down there, but I've seen the way some people drive, and it is a lot worse than where I live currently, so not really too excited about that, but I guess I'll throw this in. I did get better headlights today, better bulbs, I'll say. I switched over from halogen bulbs because my car's from 01. So I switched over from those to some nice bright LEDs. So driving at night won't be as bad anymore, thankfully. But yeah, so sorry, there's the ADHD going for you. I talk about one thing and slide off into the next, but yeah, so, I am excited about the moving process. I'm excited to strengthen our relationship and, fully commit in a way that I haven't before, which is, proving that I can take big steps and, we'll play it out. It's either going to work or it's not, right? Like it's a 50-50 thing no matter who you move in with. So, yeah. I am excited about it, but as I mentioned in the beginning, it does bring me a lot of anxiety at the same time, just because the thing that I struggle with a lot is not having control over the way that I feel, and that's why like my heart rate anxiety was so bad for so long. It still is hard, but I feel like I've gotten better at it, and I'll at least give myself credit for that. I really just struggle with the physical symptoms of anxiety and just fear and all that, and a lot of things that play into that are just the fact that, fear of the unknown, and that's really all it is, right? Like, I don't know what's gonna happen, and, that makes it pretty difficult. I also apologize for the coughing, don't know why it's happening, probably just because it's wintertime and all that fun stuff, so whatever. But I guess on to the challenges that I'm facing within the next couple of weeks, actually. Like, this is this is a no mess around thing. Like, this has to happen, and that's gonna be, I need to go and see both of my doctors. So the biggest challenge is the fact that I'm gonna be going to a completely new doctor that I have never seen. So, when he inevitably sees that my heart rate is through the roof, he is probably going to be concerned at first, and then, maybe I'll try and have a conversation with him beforehand, like over the phone or something to kind of explain all of that, and then, maybe that'll ease my anxiety going into it. But then I have to go to my endocrinologist, and that part is one that I am not looking forward to at all. Just, I don't know, man. I'm used to freaking out in my cardiologist office, but I am not used to feeling like that at my endocrinologist office. So that is two big things. Plus, I have to go to a new phlebotomy place, a blood draw place. I don't know what the hell you'd call it, but yeah, I have to go to a brand new one of those and explain that I am awful with blood work and yada yada whatever. So it's just a whole thing. But you know, the sooner that I get through it, the better, right? And I should mention also, the reason I say my endocrinologist, not new endocrinologist, is fortunately where I'm moving, he has another office, and it is pretty much the same distance from my current location to his office in my town as it will be from my girlfriend and I's house to his, to his office down there, right? So at least I don't have to worry about that. But yeah, man, it's just, it's going to be a hell of a couple weeks, adjusting to her and I living together and, adjusting to the fact that I got to go and get this done, It is what it is. The sooner I get it out of my hair, the less I have to worry about it. So I am pretty excited about that, just to get it one and done, get my meds that I need, and go about my life. So yeah, I can't keep putting off, taking my thyroid meds. If I go and get my blood work done and everything's fine, then hallelujah, that's one less med I have to be on, at least for now. But if it's looking like I still need to be back on it, or he wants to closely monitor it, which I suck at getting to my appointments, so, hopefully I could work out something with him to do remote sessions, any other time of the year except for that first one, and that would be great. But in saying all of this, it's just a part of my life that I have to get done. I've neglected going for too long now. I need to go in, I need to get my levels checked, I need to make sure everything is looking good, and then guess what? I'll be good. So, is what it is. We take it a day at a time here, so that is one thing that I would like to just get done and out of my hair, really. So that's on the to-do list, I guess, So is what it is, man. But in saying all of this, it doesn't ease any of the anxiety about it. If anything, it's more anxiety provoking, right? So whatever. But then the last thing that I do want to talk about is just this whole moving situation, my thoughts on it, looking out 2 days from now. My biggest, I guess, anxiety at the moment is how I'm gonna feel waking up that morning knowing that it's the last time I'm waking up in this house. That part is definitely kind of scary, and definitely not looking forward to that so much. But in saying that, it is what it is at the same time, right? Like, just gotta get it done, man. That's what I keep telling myself. You just gotta do it. And then once it's done, guess what? That's the hard part, at least for me. Her and I will have challenges along the way, but that is like the biggest challenge I think that her and I are gonna face together, is just getting it done. So when that happens, I will be in a new place. I will have a new setup, which, I'm more excited than anything to do it, because it is a rapid change, but it's also a very positive change at the same time, right? Like I could go ahead and sit here and think of all the negatives or the what ifs or whatever, right? But if I keep living my life that way, like I have been for the last little while, it's not gonna pan out well in the end. I need to accept that some things are just gonna be uncomfortable, and that, even though that there's positives to the situation, it doesn't always make it easy to get through, right? And I want to start looking at that, just kind of in the same light, more or less, as like going to the doctor. You know, there's more good than bad that can come out of it, and realistically, I shouldn't fear the doctor because I am in the best possible place if something, God forbid, were to go wrong, you know? I know that we have a hospital nearby and all that, so like, you know, I don't have a lot to worry about. It's just my brain being my brain. My you know, new brain, we'll say, because I never used to be like that. You know, I used to love the idea of traveling and all that, even with my thyroid meds or my thyroid issues and having to take my thyroid meds and take my beta blocker and do all this stuff. But yeah, these last couple years were a lot different from 2018 to like 2020. Basically, I was anxiety free somehow, and just got through it. And then I don't know what happened in from 2020 till now. It's just been, be honest, kind of a shit show. But you know, we're trying to get the train back on track, so to speak, and really dial in and get that shit figured out this year. So yeah, I will definitely try and make some more of these as time goes on. You know, just to kind of lay out my thoughts for you guys and let you know how I'm feeling. If the audio visualizer is a little too much for you guys and you guys don't want it in the next one, please let me know. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the background track, because it's basically going to be the same every single episode. Shout out Harris Heller, man. He has some fire ass lo-fi, and it's all copyright free, so you know, big shout out to Stream Beats and everything like that. And yeah, so I think this is a good wrapping up point. I got, you know, as many thoughts as I could out in a fairly compressed amount of time. And hopefully, you know, I'll be seeing you guys very soon from the new house. And yeah, thank you guys for listening, and I will catch you all in the next video that I upload.